Has anyone ever had someone so close to you passed over and you never even realised anything was wrong? Have you ever walked into somebody's room or house so excited to see them but no one's there? Have you ever found out so much more about a person after they've died? Have you ever known someone that's felt so low that they don't even want to be here anymore? They just don't feel that they can go one more day because everything is just so bad for them. Have you ever known someone that got bullied to the point that they now go to a counsellor once a week or don't show up to school? People don't think much of bullying anymore, and it really bugs me. In fact, some people don't even think it's cool to make fun of the weak kid in class. If you haven't already guessed, this speech is on bullying and how it affects people, especially teenagers these days. At some point in our lives, everyone gets bullied, whether it lasts a day, a month, or even years. Bullying comes in so many different ways, including verbally, physically, and virtually. Just name it and you can probably bully someone with it. Anything you think of could be used against somebody. Nobody seems to think anymore. Nobody seems to care about what they say or how it's going to affect the person they say it to and the people around them. Adults say that teenagers are overly dramatic these days. But are we? Or are we just going through so much more and putting up with a lot more than they had to at our age? I mean, think about it. It doesn't take much. When our parents were our age, they didn't have virtual bullying. If they had a problem with someone, they had to get off their ass and fix it themselves. There was no Facebook, Tumblr, Club Penguin, Formspring. You couldn't abuse people anonymously like you can now. There were no keyboard warriors going out of their way to make them feel bad and make you feel bad about yourself. There were no programs on television that told you what you're supposed to look like, act like, dress like, or be like. You could be yourself. And if people didn't like it, well, then I'd have to keep it to themselves, or tell you. You wouldn't be constantly suspicious of anonymous messages coming through when you didn't have any idea people even thought of you like that. Now, I'm not saying that in any way that there was no bullying at all. There has always been bullying. It's just so much more severe now than it's ever been before. Did you know that the suicide rate has doubled over the last 2 decades? Doubled. That's so much. And I can guarantee you that it has everything to do with today's technology. Take Formspring for example. Majority of my class have one, but for those of you who don't have one or know what it is, it's a website set up so you can ask anonymous questions. It doesn't have to be anonymous, but that's about most of it. I used to have one, but my mum made me delete it after me telling her about the abuse I was getting on it. To me, it's just another site used for bullying, but I guess there's nothing you can really do about that. The effects of bullying are horrific and so much more extreme than people realise. Or maybe they do realise and just don't care. I don't know. It can start with just one person insulting another and not thinking about how it can affect them in the long term. Because I can tell you this, that person will remember it for the rest of their life. How many people do you think get called a name or someone just so much as brings something up from their past that they're ashamed of and they're instantly upset? Maybe around other people they're fine, they act like it doesn't affect them and they don't care. But what happens when they get away from other people, at home or by themselves? Maybe that's when they show their real feelings. Maybe they just break down and cry. Then their parents see them sad and don't know what to do or say, so they send their kid to a counsellor. It's the only thing they can think of to do. It's the last resort. What happens if this kid just wants to feel normal though? What then? If sending them to a counsellor is the only thing that'll help, but it can also make you worse. They won't feel normal for having to see these people and talk to them about everything that is wrong in their lives. Sometimes talking to help, but it can also make it so much worse. Depression. A lot of teenagers get diagnosed for it these days, but how much of it is real? Then you have to take these little blue pills that make you happy, but it's not even real happiness. You're just taking pills to make it feel like you're something you're not. It all starts with the smallest things. Look around, just look at all your classmates and friends. How many do you think have cried themselves to sleep at night, or have been so upset and unhappy with their life that they begin to think the only thing that will get rid of this emotional pain is by inflicting physical pain upon themselves? Maybe, possibly thought about just ending it completely. Forever, the little things, the good things in life just don't make up for the bad anymore. 4% of teenagers in New Zealand have inflicted self-harm, 6% have attempted to kill themselves, and 12% have successfully committed suicide. These numbers are so astonishing. People always say how beautiful a person is once they're gone. Well, here's an idea. Tell them while they're still here and then maybe they'll stick around a little longer. Just Why are people doing this? Why do they have to do this? Feeling so low that they think it's the only thing left to do. Why do people bully? I don't know. But bullying can lead to all of these things. All it takes is one comment. That is it. But bullying can lead to all of them. And then just like, boom, that's it. Someone you know and love could be gone forever, and it's all it takes. You never know exactly what someone is going through. You don't know how it affects them, and you don't know how much something you say can make someone feel so upset. Even if it doesn't seem like something they particularly remember, you'll never know how often it's running through their mind. So all I ask of you to do is next time you go to call someone a name or insult them in any way, just stop. Just stop and think. Think about what this person might be going through and how hurt they could get from this. Is it really worth it? Just think. Thank you.